just tell you guys, maybe we will follow one kind of a chart for this batch course curriculum, right? We need to follow for every batch. I follow it. Forgot. Yeah, I'll just copy it from here. Okay, so this is going to be GCP Data Engineering batch of July 25. This is going to be the evening batch. Okay, so in this one we will track all the course content what we are going to cover every day. We will come here and we will update the course content so that we will be having a proper track. Okay, so far what we have seen is that cloud overview. We were talking about a GCP cloud basics, guys. We were talking about GCP cloud basics. In this one we have seen the cloud overview. This is one topic that is completed. And the next topic that is completed, GCP. What is Google Cloud Platform? This is also something that is completed. Only these two topics. Only two things. What is cloud overview? Nothing but. So we have seen why we need the cloud platform. In the cloud overview, we have seen why we need the cloud platform and what is the difference between the on-premises cloud platform as well as cloud computing. So that is something that we have seen. After that, I have also told you what is Google Cloud Platform. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you a plenty of services, right, sir? So if I wanted to interact with any of the services, sir, Google Cloud Platform. Guys, are you guys able to hear me clearly? And is my voice breaking? Can you guys confirm? It is clear. Okay. Okay, if my voice is clear, those people who are facing an issues with my audio, please rejoin. Okay, yes. Now, so Google Cloud Platform is providing you a plenty of services, right? So it is providing you a plenty of services, sir. What are those services? Sir, it is providing you compute services. It is providing you identity and security services. Sir, it is providing you management tools. It is providing you networking services. It is providing you big data services, also storage and database services and machine learning services. So these are all the services that the Google Cloud Platform is offering. Right, sir. We wanted to interact with these services. Sir, why do you wanted to interact with it? I wanted to ask you one question. Tell me, guys. You are a data engineer. Why do you have to interact with the GCP services? Can you guys tell me, anyone? Exactly. 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 Any other answers? Correct. Correct. Exactly. So when you're working in the company on a project, so in your project, you may have to store the data. You may want it to process because you are a data engineer. Your main activities on the daily basis is to store the data or process the data or transform the data or analyze the data or visualize the data governance, cloud logging, cloud monitoring. So all of these activities that you wanted to do it, sir, I wanted to do all of these activities on a daily basis. So if you wanted to do all of these things, sir, if you guys wanted to do all of these things, you need to interact with the GCP services because your entire project is on the GCP. If your entire project is on the GCP, we have to interact with these GCP services. Now we should know, sir, what are different interface methods are there? What are the different interface methods are there, and how do we interact with each method? Let us try to learn it today. So let me gonna tell you guys. So if I wanted to interact with the GCP services for my data engineering activities, there are totally four interaction methods are there. The very first one is console. Everyone. Second one is cloud shell. The third one is cloud SDK. The fourth one is APIs and third party tools. right? It could be a client libraries or APIs or third-party tools, nothing but external tools, all of those things. So totally 4 methods are there. One is console, the second one is Cloud Shell, the third one is Cloud SDK, the fourth one is third-party tools or APIs or client libraries. So these are the things we can able to use to interact with these GCP services. Sir, can you tell me what is console? Can you tell me what is Cloud Shell? Sir, can you tell me what is Cloud SDK? Let us try to understand these 4 methods today. This is the agenda of today's session, guys. What is the today's session? We are going to understand about all of these 3 methods. So for understanding it, we will start with the very first method. So tell me, guys, what is our very first method to interact with the GCP services? Cloud Console. Exactly. So what is Cloud Console? Let us try to understand first. So Cloud Console is a one of the web-based graphical user interface, which is a web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. To interact with the GCP services, here you are going to interact with the GCP services via what we call it as via user interface. We can call it as, or no. Here we are going to interact with the GCP services via UI, or uh, maybe let us just call it as a UI. So a cloud console is a web-based graphical user interface. That is nothing but here you don't need to run any commands. You have to use your mouse. You have to visually you are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So you don't have to run any command to interact with the GCP services. Here you just have to go to the Google Cloud Console. You have to see, if you wanted to click on something, you can click on it. If you wanted to delete something, you can click on delete option. So you are going to interact with the GCP services here visually. So this is what we call it as a cloud console, everyone. In the cloud console, we are going to interact with the GCP services visually. So this is what is a cloud console. Sir, with the help of the cloud console, what we can do, sir? With the help of the cloud console, what we can do, sir? If you guys wanted to create any kind of a storage buckets, delete or update, or maybe assign some kind of a permission. So whatever the actions that you wanted to do on the GCP resources, you can do it. Right? This is something that you have to understand, sir. Cloud console, using the cloud console, one can able to create a resource, one can able to delete a resource, update the resource, or assign some kind of a permissions. Maybe I'll just remove this option. Right? So you can see here, create any kind of resources, or delete or update kind of resources. You can also apply and revoke some kind of a permissions also, revoke the permissions also. So all of these things that you can able to do it with the help of the console. So maybe these two things are that very less task. No. So any kind of an activity comes under these two. For example, let me go to the Google Cloud Console. I'll show you guys so that you will get some idea. So don't worry about a Google Cloud account. I am going to tell you in the next class, on nothing but on Monday, I am going to tell you how to create a free trial account in the GCP. I'm going to tell you how to create a free trial account in the GCP. So don't worry about it. Just try to understand how we can able to interact with the GCP services today. So if I wanted to enter into the Google Cloud portal, we have to go console.cloud.google.com. So this is console.cloud.google.com. So this is what is our home page for the Google Cloud. So click on enter. You will be entering into the Google Cloud platform. So this is how the Google Cloud Platform console looks like. I am also using the free tier account only. I am also using the free tier account only, guys. So this is how the console looks like. This is how the console looks like. In the console, if I wanted to interact with the cloud storage, I'm going to click on this one. See how I am interacting with this particular service visual interface. right? I wanted to create a bucket. A bucket is nothing but a resource. So I can create a bucket. Click on create bucket. Okay, so you can create a bucket by providing some kind of information. So how do we doing all of these things? This is done via console, which is a graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. Now I can able to interact with the GCS, Google Cloud Storage, for creating the bucket. Not only that, if you wanted to create a table in the BigQuery, you see I can go to the BigQuery using a graphical visual interface. I wanted to create a data set, or I wanted to create a table also. See, click on create table. I can able to create a table also. Right. So this is how you have a one of the first interface method, that is console, guys, which is a web based. Why I'm calling it as a web based? Because it is available over the web, because it is available over the web. So that's the reason we call it as a web based graphical user interface, because this is a graphical user interface, isn't it? It is a graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. It is a graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. You are going to interact with it visually. So this is what is console, everyone. A web-based graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services visually. Okay, so that is what. So here I can create any kind of a resources. So some people get confused over here. Sir, sometimes you are calling it as a service, and sometimes we calling it as a resource. Sir, what is the difference? Does anyone have that question? Or is it only me creating a question to you? Or anyone have that question? Right. Some people may be having that question, that what is a service or what is a resource? Sir, service is offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Service is offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Resource is created by the user. Nothing but you. A data user is nothing but a data engineer or DevOps engineer or a developer or whoever it is. So a service is offered by the Google Cloud Platform. For example, you can create any number of, right? And you can also go, this is service one. GCP offers plenty of the services. Service one. And you can also go to service two. You can also create. So these are services. Sir, services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform. Right? For example, sir, for example, any service that you guys remember? Any service that you guys remember? BigQuery. Yes, BigQuery is a one of the service. Yes. Google Cloud Storage. Yes. People say GCS, nothing but a Google Cloud Storage. So these are the services. Yes or no? These are the PubSub. Yes, PubSub is also one of the services. So these are the services. These services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform, and under that you are going to create the resource like tables. Table 1, table 2, or maybe view. So these are all called it as a table 2, maybe for now, table 2. So these are all we call it as a resources. Similarly, cloud storage. And if you guys wanted to go to the cloud storage, you create bucket 1 and bucket 2. So these are the resources. So you see there is a difference between the services and resources. So these are services, nothing but these are services, and these are resources. Resources you are creating for your own project purpose. Services are offered by the Google Cloud Platform for their own business purpose. Okay, so that is what. Now, if I wanted to create any of the resources, I can use console. If I wanted to delete, so I can create these resources. I can delete these resources. I can modify these resources. I can apply some kind of a permissions on top of these resources. Okay, so all of these things that we can do it using the console, sir, that is what is called as a one of the first interface method, that is console. Okay, so this is what is a console, everyone. Okay, so this is something we will see with an example, don't worry. Now let us go to the second method of interacting with the GCP. Tell me guys, what is the second method of interacting with the GCP services? Cloud shell. Exactly. Exactly. I'll give you the time. Don't worry. Please raise your question. Please raise your hand. Later, I will give you the time, guys. Yes, for sure. Okay, so what is a cloud shell? Let us try to understand. Sir, cloud shell is also a web-based. I will say because it is also available over the web. Any guesses? What is a cloud shell? Any guesses? The name itself it is saying actually. The answer.
Yeah, sir, it's a terminal.
Exact. Exactly. Command prompt, command line tool. Yes. Sir, Cloud Shell is a command line interface. It offers a command line interface to interact with the GCP services. Sir, it is a command line. Cloud Shell is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services via what, sir? To interact with the GCP services via what? How do we interact with the GCP services in the command line interfaces? Via commands, isn't it? Using commands, right? So you write some command and you are going to interact with the GCP services. For example, I wanted to list out all the buckets. I use a ls command. I wanted to delete one of the resources. I say I can use rm command. So there are commands. You are going to issue a command to interact with any of the GCP services or GCP resources, right? So that is what is a cloud shell, everyone. It is a web-based command line interface to interact with the GCP services via commands. Via commands, you are going to interact with the GCP services here. Okay, sir, what we can do with the help of the cloud shell? Sir, what we can do with help of the cloud shell? If you ask me, sir, you can achieve whatever you are able to achieve it with help of the cloud console. You can also do the same thing using the cloud shell as well, right? Sir, you can able to achieve the same thing with the help of the cloud shell also, right, sir? So with the help of the cloud shell also, we can create any kind of a resources. We can delete all the resources, right? Create, delete, update the resources also. We can apply the permissions or revoke the permissions also. Okay, so all of these things also we can able to do it using the cloud shell. Sir, cloud shell here, it is a command line interface to interact with the GCP services. Sir, how do we learn these commands? Sir, what commands we are going to use? Those things we are having a separate session for that. We are having a separate session for that. That is, we will see it later. So we have a Linux basics. So in this one, a basic Linux commands we are going to learn. Those commands are more than enough for you to interact with the GCP services. I'll let you know whenever the service comes. Now, don't worry about what are those commands, sir. How do we interact with those, sir? Don't worry. Because when we are already in the flow, when the service comes, we will let you know. I'll let you know what are those commands and how do we interact with it also. Okay, don't worry about. But the idea here is that there is a one of the method that is console where you are going to use a graphical user interface to interact with the GCP services. And there's a one more method that is cloud shell to interact with the GCP services via commands. Nothing but it is a command line interface. That's the idea I wanted to tell you today. Okay, so that is what. We have a cloud console, we have a cloud shell. And the next topic or the next interface method, can you guys tell me? Exactly. I'll give you the time, guys, for the questions. Okay, I'll give you the time. It will not be good if I give you the time for one person and for rest of the people. Let me give you the time. I'll talk about these three and I'll give you the time. Hardly 5 minutes, please. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So now we now know that one is console, which is a graphical user interface, a cloud shell, which is a command line interface. There is a one more thing called a SDK. Can anyone guess it? What is a SDK? If you guys have some knowledge or if you guys already know it. Yes. Yes. Sir, SDK is nothing but a software development kit. Sir, it is you are saying that it is a software development kit. That is nothing but if I wanted to use this kit, do I have to download it or not? Right. So that is the reason this is actually not a web-based interface. It is more of a local based. It is more of a Local base. I call it as a local base because if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services from your local machine, you can go for Cloud SDK. Sir, it is a local based. It is a software development kit. It is a local based. If you guys wanted to use this one, it is also one of the command line interface. First thing, command line interface. Okay, SDK, nothing but it is a software development kit, which is, if you guys wanted to use a software development kit, you have to download according to your operating system and you have to install it on top of your machine. If one wanted to use Cloud SDK, or if one wanted to interact with the GCP services from the local machine, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services from the local machine, they can go for the Cloud SDK, which is a software development kit, where you have to first download the software development kit according to your operating system, and then you have to install them. Then you have to install it. Then you have to install it on top of your local machine, right? So this is what is a Cloud SDK, everyone. Right? It is a local base, and it is also a command line interface. Second thing. And one more thing is that you can also do whatever you are able to achieve it with the help of the Cloud Shell, Cloud Console. You can also do that with the help of the Cloud SDK as well. You can also achieve the same thing with help of the Cloud SDK as well. Sir, can you tell me the commands here, because it is also a command line interface, sir? Sir, this is also command line interface, and this is also command line interface, sir. Is the commands are same or not? Someone can ask me that question, and I will say the commands here and the commands here are same. Okay, so the commands here and the commands here are same. So this is what is a Cloud SDK, guys. A Cloud SDK is a software development kit which you have to download it and install it on top of your local machine according to the operating system of your local machine. That's the reason I call it as a local base, because you are interacting with the GCP services from the local machine. Okay, so that is, again, you have to use a commands only because it is a command line interface only. Okay, so that is what is Cloud SDK, everyone. So if you give me some time, what I'm going to do, how to download this one, how to install it, I'm going to tell you. Okay, sir, for example, now that Cloud Console and Cloud Shell, do we have to download them? The answer is no, because both are web based. It is already available. Both are web based, both are available over the web. I will show you with an example, guys. I'm going to go to the example next. Before that, I'm going to ask you this question, that is, Cloud Console and Cloud Shell both are web based because those are already available over the web. You don't need to download them, you can directly access them for your interface method. But Cloud SDK is one of the software development kit which you wanted to interact from the local machine, so that's the reason you have to download it. Sir, how do we download it? You go to the browser. You go to the web browser, search with Google Cloud SDK download. Google Cloud SDK, sorry, SDK download. Okay, so you can search with the Google Cloud SDK download. Click on enter. So the moment you click on enter button, you will be able to see the very first hyperlink, that is install Google Cloud CLI. Click on this one. Right, so these are the instructions for you to install it. These are the instructions that you have it to install it. So for example, if your local machine's operating system is a Linux or Debian and Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, Mac OS, or Windows, so whatever the operating system your machine is having, you have to first download it. For example, most of our systems are a Windows operating system, so that's the reason I select the Windows here, and you see download the Google Cloud CLI installer. Just click on the installer. The moment you hit the installer button, see, it is already downloaded here on the top right side. It's already downloaded. Once it is downloaded, what we have to do, guys, tell me? We have to install it. We already know how to install something on our local machine. Just double click on it. There is a window pops up. You just have to click on next. Even though we don't read anything, we just click on agree, next, 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 and then click on install. That's it. Hardly take 1 or 2 minutes for you to download and install it. Okay, once it is downloaded, just double click on that particular software, click on next, next, and install, so that your Google Cloud CLI is installed on top of your local machine. It is installed on top of my local machine already. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you SDK. I search with SDK. See here, guys, Google Cloud SDK shell is with me now. I'm gonna open this one. Click on this one. Okay, so here it is, Google Cloud SDK. Sir, I have the SDK opened here. Sir, I have the console here. Sir, I have the console here. Sir, I have the SDK here. What is missing? What is missing, sir? Cloud Shell. Sir, Cloud Shell, you said it is a web base. Sir, can you show me where it is? Now, if you guys look at here on the right side of your web, home page, you can see there is one of the option that is activate Cloud Shell option. This is one of the option that is activate Cloud Shell option. The moment you hit this button at the bottom, the Cloud Shell window open. Okay, let me gonna hit this one. You should be able to see at the bottom, you see Cloud Shell terminal is getting activated. This is again a Cloud Shell terminal, nothing but CLI. You should be able to see in the next second. Did I authorize something? Did it ask me for any authorization? Wait a minute, guys. Something it might have asked me for authorization. I might have missed it. It will keep on rotating, right? Okay, let me gonna click on one more time. Yeah, it is going to ask you to authorize it. Just click on authorize button, so that you will be able to see the Cloud Shell terminal will also get open. So now you have three methods or three interface methods on your screen. Okay, I can also open, see this one, I can, drag and up and down according to my requirement. No, sir, it is a small window. I cannot see it clearly. So, sir, can you open this in the new tab? To do that, you see Cloud Shell terminal can be opened in the new tab by just going here, open a new window, just click on this one, so that you will be able to see the Cloud Shell terminal gets open in their new window. Right, you have it here. Perfect. Now you can close it. So you have console here, we have Cloud Shell here, we have Cloud SDK here. Perfect. So these are the three interface methods are there, sir, to interact with the GCP services. Very good. Right, sir. We have three interface methods which are commonly used interface methods, sir. These are the commonly used interface methods. One is console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. Sir, just wanted to do one thing. Sir, I would like to go to Google Cloud Storage. Sir, I would like to go to the Google Cloud Storage. I would like to go to the Google Cloud Storage and view list the buckets, guys. I wanted to list out the buckets. You see, I am going to click on view list buckets. So this is an option in the console, which is a graphical user interface. Just click on view list buckets, so that you will be able to see I am able to list out all the buckets. Total 6 buckets are there. See, if you guys wanted to list out all the buckets inside a Google Cloud Storage, you will be able to see here. Don't worry about what is bucket. Bucket is a container to store the data. Okay, bucket is nothing but a container to store the data, but don't worry about that. So now we go to the Google Cloud Storage. We were able to list out all the resources in the Google Cloud Storage, nothing but buckets. Sir, I can go to one bucket, and I'm able to list out the objects inside the bucket also. I'm able to list out objects inside the bucket also. Right, so you see, guys, inside this bucket I'm able to list out the objects also. See, I can create a resource, I can list down all the resources, and I can able to list down the files inside the resources also. I can do that. So can we do the same action using the Cloud Shell? Tell me, guys, is it possible to do the same action using the Cloud Shell? Of course, right? Of course, it should be. Because someone is good at console, someone is good at Cloud Shell. Sir, I would like to do the same thing, sir. Can you shell me the command? Now I am going to tell you the command, but later point of time I will let you know all the commands. The command here, it is gsutil ls. Gsutil ls will list down all the sorry, all the buckets inside this particular project, inside this project, right? So you see guys here, so these are the buckets, right? So you can see all the buckets we see, we are able to list down. Total 6 buckets are there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 6 buckets are there. So let me gonna copy the same command and I go here. I'm gonna list down here also. Click on ls, gsutil ls. Can you guys see? Are we able to list down all the buckets here also or not? Right? So you are able to see all the list out the buckets. Don't worry about it. Sir, shell may not work for you because I might have logged into the Google Cloud platform once. So that's the reason it is working for me. Usually, if you guys wanted to work with the Cloud SDK, you have to log into the Google Cloud platform at first. I might have already done it. So that's the reason it is directly opening. Maybe if you try it out, it may not work out. How do we do the login also? That is one of the command I'll show you later. But now look at here, guys. We can able to list out all the buckets inside the Google Cloud Storage using the console, using the Cloud Shell, using one of the command. We can also issue the same command in the Cloud SDK to list out all the buckets. Sir, I wanted to list out the files here. Sir, I wanted to list out the files here. gsutil ls, the files I wanted to list down here. So if you guys remember, there was one of the file called case study 3, and there's one of the folder called travel. If you guys go here, the same thing. If you click on this one, you should be able to see case study 3 and travel. These are the two things are there here. The same thing if you do here also, the command, I'll just copy it from here. And you'll be able to see two things. One is case study 3 dp.py. That's one of the file, and there's a folder called travel. So this is how we can not only list down the buckets, we can also list down the files inside the buckets also. Not only that, you can create a one more bucket also, guys. You can create a one more bucket also. You see, I am creating a one of the bucket. You just wanted to create a bucket, right? So click on create bucket. Just provide the bucket name. Sir, I wanted to provide test one, or maybe say test console. Test console 123 123. Okay, test console 123 123. Continue. Just click on create. Just click on create, so that new bucket will be created. I can create a new resource also. I'm creating it. So you have created one of the resource called test console 123 123. Sir, I would like to create a one more bucket using the Cloud Shell. To do that, gsutil mb, there is a command called gsutil mb, gs:// the bucket name I wanted to create, right? So test hyphen, this is shell, right? I mentioned shell 123 123. I'm going to click on enter. There gets a new bucket created. So there's a new bucket created. I'm going to go to the SDK also. I'm going to say gsutil mb and gs://. Don't worry about the commands. I'll tell you the commands in a very simple way later. There is a separate session on that. gsutil mb and test sdk 123 123. If you go there, you have created 3 test buckets. Just refresh it here. You just come here and refresh it. One is test console, test cloud shell, test sdk. So these are the 3. See, you can create the resources. You can create the resources. If you wanted to delete also, you can do that. So this is what is console, cloud shell, and cloud sdk, guys. This is what is console, cloud shell, and cloud sdk. So where these are the 3 interface methods are there, majorly used in the companies. Majorly used in the companies. Now tell me, if anyone have any question, please raise your hand, guys. Do not speak up directly. If anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, Mahesh, you have any question? I'll talk about that. No, you understand the requirements, right? It is your under requirement. Sir, I wanted to interact with the services via console. You have only one option, that is console, right? Sir, I wanted to interact with the user interface, right? You have only one option, that is console. And sir, I wanted to interact with the cloud shell, right? Your requirement. It's your requirement. Whether you wanted to go for a visual interface, you have only one option, that is console. I don't wanted to go with a user interface. I wanted to go with a command line interface. In a command line interfaces, you have two. One is web based, one more is local based. How do you want it to do? Sir, I wanted to go with a web based. Again, you have only one option, that is Cloud Shell. No, 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 sir. I wanted to go with a local based. You have a SDK. It is your ease, or it is your way of interacting with the GCP services, whether you wanted to do it via visual interface or a command line interface. Okay. Of course, exactly. Yes. Yes, Krishna, you have any question? We will see that. I mean, I did not. I did not tell you all the things today. Okay, it's not end of the session. Even the Cloud Shell also, there's a many things more about that. But if I just tell you everything, people get confused. Okay, yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, okay, no worries. I'll tell you by the end of the sessions. Maybe by the end of the course, you'll get to know that hey, Cloud Shell is not just a command line interface. It's actually a virtual machine. You'll get to know it, and it is a Linux virtual machine. You'll get to know more things about it while we are actually, working on the separate sessions. Yes. Uh, yeah. Maybe yes. There is a one more question from Amar. Yes, Amar. You have any question? No, it's same. The cloud. Yeah, it's the same cloud services. Yes. Yes. Yes, Monisa. You have any question? I'll talk about that. APIs, I'll talk about that, guys. No worries. Okay. Just focus on here. What is console? I hope you guys are getting what is console. I hope you guys are getting what is Cloud Shell. I hope you guys are getting what is Cloud SDK. Cloud Console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. I'll talk about it a fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. Okay. Yes. Wait for 2 minutes. You'll get to know what is API. Yes. Yes. PDK. You have any question? Yes, Dinesh. No, I can't say that. It depends on an individual preference. Yes. Sir, which one is commonly used? I cannot say that. Which one is commonly used? I cannot say that because it is an individual preference. But if you ask me, oh, sir, if you still ask me, I say console. Console is majorly used. Yes. Okay. Yes, Satya Chandra, you have any question? Satya Chandra. Yes, please. Mhm. Of course, right? Of course, right. So assume that you have a Python program, right? You have a Python program on your local machine. You wanted to execute that Python program. How do you do that? Console? No, you cannot do that using a console, right? Right. Of course. Of course. I, correct. That's what. One of the example is that where, for example, I have one of the Python program which actually creates a bucket, right? Which actually creates a bucket, but I have a automated Python code. If I wanted to run it, I need some kind of a SDK or a shell. That's where. Yes. Cannot do that. No, that is not possible. No. Yes. Yes, Santosh. Santosh Kolekar. You have any question? Yes, very good question. Very good question. Sir, are these three are same in other cloud platforms also? The question is very good. The answer is yes. So this, if you guys are, that's the reason. Why did I actually separate cloud basics? So this is, I don't actually call it as a cloud basics. I don't call it as a GCP cloud because it is a cloud basics. Even if I mention Azure cloud basics also, the all the topics are same. Even though if I say AWS basics or GCP basics, all these topics are same if you go to that. So today what we are talking about is GCP interfaces. Okay. So in the GCP interfaces, we have console, we have Cloud Shell, we have Cloud SDK. If you go to Other cloud platforms also, Console, Cloud Shell, SDK is always there. Azure and AWS also. Okay. Yes. Yes, Eunice, you have any question? Yes, please. Of course, right? This is what is a course. GCP data engineering we are covering here. Cloud engineering, no. Actually, I mean, some of the topics are covered here, but the main aim of the course is to become a GCP data engineer. Okay. Some of the concepts, cloud engineering topics will also cover here, but the main aim of this course is to become a GCP data engineering. Okay. No, I'm more of a data engineer, so I'm expertise in the data engineering. Yes. Okay. Right. Yes. Thank you. Okay, guys. Yes. Now that, sir, there is a fourth interface method. People always look at whatever I did not cover. They will ask me the question there only. Sir, let us try to see APIs, or people say client libraries, or people say third party tools. I will give you an example because these are not mandatory there in the company. It is not mandatory. So it depends on your project requirement. It depends on your project requirement. Okay, let me gonna show you. Let me gonna close this one. Okay, so let me gonna close this one. And that is like, look at here. So one of the first thing is that, sir, in Google Cloud Storage, this is GCP, and in the GCS, maybe I can just say Google Cloud Storage. Easy to take an example. GCP, Google Cloud Storage. And if you guys wanted to interact with the Google Cloud Storage, you have seen console, you have seen Cloud Shell, you have seen Cloud SDK also. SDK. But there is a one more thing. You can also interact with these Google Cloud services with the help of the client libraries. Can you guys tell me what are those client libraries? Anyone? Maybe. Yes, maybe. Programming languages, right? So programming languages. So you have a client library. See, GCS has its own client, so it can interact with the Python programming or Java or PHP or Go or C++, C sharp, C language, C++. So these are the multiple programming languages it also supports. So these are the multiple client libraries are there. So you can write a Python program to create a bucket, or you can delete a bucket. Yeah, you can upload a file. So you can also do that. So that is what we call it as a client library. Okay, so you have a GCP has its own client to interact with the GCP services with the help of the client library such as Python programming languages. Okay, sir, so that you can write some Python program to interact with the GCP, whether maybe creating a bucket or deleting a bucket, maybe, you know, uploading your files or deleting your files or whatever it is, copying your files, moving your files also, you can do that. So that is what we call it as a client library. You can also interact with it. So this is one method. So that is client libraries. The second thing is one more thing that you can see here. Sir, assume that there is a one of the service called BigQuery. You might have known about the BigQuery. In the BigQuery, there is a one of the sales table is there. There is a one of the table called sales table. This is real time things. I'm telling you. There's a one of the sales table is there. Now I hope you guys are heard about one of the service called Power BI. Do you guys know about the Power BI? What is Power BI? Correct. Correct. Yes, exactly. A Power BI is a one of the visualization tool, right? BI, right? Now, if I wanted to create some kind of a visualizations, if you guys look at here, I am creating some kind of a visualizations. I am creating some kind of a visualizations. Can you guys tell me why these visualizations are empty? Because it does not have a data, because Power BI is not for storing the data, right? So Power BI is mainly used to create these visualizations. But if you wanted to create such a kind of a visualizations, you need to get the data from some source. Now BigQuery is a one of the data warehousing tool, a data analytics platform where you have a data which was already cleaned, which was already processed. Now this ready can be used, this data can be readily used for the analyzing in the Power BI. Right? So this method of interaction is, tell me guys, what is this method of interaction? Yeah. Or you can also call it as a third party tool interaction, because the Power BI is a third party to the Google Cloud platform. So the moment you try to interact with the sales table from the Power BI, and having said that, it should be having a proper access. Okay, access should be must. Okay, without access cannot be done. Assume that the access is provided. Now Power BI, within the Power BI, I can establish a connection to the BigQuery via API to this particular sales table. Now I got the data. I can just create the dashboards properly. My data is created with the dashboards. Okay. So now look at here. My dashboards are created. So this is how, if you guys wanted to interact with any of the service in the GCP from the external tools, third party tools also, you can interact with it. So this is what it is. One more. Maybe you can, this example is for third party to make you understand. So this is a third party interaction. Third party interaction. This is third party. Okay. And similarly, assume that, one more example. I'm just giving you the example so that you guys can be comfortable around it, because these are according to the requirement in the company. It is not that every project will have a Power BI so that they will be having a visualization. No, it's not that. If your company does not have a Power BI, you don't use this third party tool at all, right? You have a BigQuery for sure. Every project will have a BigQuery for sure. But it is not that every time you will be using the Power BI or a Tableau for data visualization. Okay, so that is something. But when you have it, you are doing a third party interaction. And here it is client library. It is also not all the time. If you wanted to interact with the help of the Python, that's where it comes. If it is not, then no. Right? So that's how. Similarly, there is an application also. Right? So assume that there is an application. All right, so there's one of the service. Maybe let us take a one more service. There's a Cloud SQL. I hope you guys are know about the Cloud SQL. In the Cloud SQL offers MySQL database, which we will see in our upcoming sessions. These are examples for you to understand. So in the MySQL database, there is one of the table. Actually, this table gets the data from the some application. This table gets the data from the some application. That's the reason I'll try to create this application service this side, application this side, so that the movement of the flow. So you have a one of the application here. Application is generating a data, because see, you go to the Flipkart application or Amazon application or Netflix application, you try to interact with an application because these are e-commerce platforms. The moment you interact with the e-commerce platform, that's where the data is getting generated. Why do you interact with the e-commerce platform? You wanted to place an order. The moment you place an order, there is a lot amount of data is generated. So that particular data you wanted to store here. So this is where you can go for application interacting with. So this is where you can do it via API. So these are the different things. Now your SQL DB, MySQL database is connected to the application via API. So these are the fourth method of interacting with it. These are not all the time available, or not all the time you will be used, but according to the requirement of the company, either you will be going for third party or the API or the Python client libraries. Okay, so these are the fourth method of interacting with the GCP services. Got my point? I hope you guys got the point. So this is where just wanted to stop the session here for today, guys. Now please raise your hand, guys, if anyone have any questions. So maybe before that, let me just tell you one thing. Just tell you one thing. As we have successfully completed all the three demo sessions, successfully completed all the three free demo sessions. Completed 3 free demo sessions. So demo sessions, these are regular sessions again. These are continuous sessions, guys. Okay. And Monday onwards, if you guys wanted to continue further, you have to enroll and complete the payment. Complete payment. So this is something that, so for those people who wanted to continue further from Monday onwards, because we have seen interfaces, tomorrow in the sessions we are talking about the GCP console walkthrough, where we are going to create a free tier account in the GCP. So the next topic is that GCP console walkthrough. GCP console walkthrough. You are very important session, I would say, because here we are going to see how to create a free tier account in the GCP, free tier account creation, right? And we will also understand about what is project, what is how do we manage the billing, and how do we manage the API. So these things we are going to see in next session. Okay, so now we have successfully completed all the 3 demo sessions. For those people who wanted to continue further from Monday onwards, you have to complete the enrollment, right? So please connect with your admins, right? Please connect with your admins, our management team, and they will help you to complete the enrollment, right? You complete the payment. Once you complete the payment, make sure that you have a Zoom link to attend the sessions regularly. You have a recordings access to get the record. You should be having a recordings access. So this is second thing. And you should be having a material access also. These 3 things, you make sure that you got it once you complete the payment. So I hope most of the people will be enrolling for the course. We already have some of the enrollments already yesterday and today also. For rest of the people, if you guys wanted to enroll for the course, what you guys have to do, please connect with your admins, try to complete your payment. Once you complete the payment, get the access to the Zoom link, get the access to the recordings, get the access to the material. So this is something that you try to get it by before the Monday session. Okay, so that is what I suggest you to do it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. By Monday, by Sunday, you should be able to complete it everything. Okay, don't do it on a hurry burry on Monday. Okay, yes. So this is something that I just wanted to let you know, guys. Now back to the doubt sessions. Now that anyone have any question, please raise your hand, guys. I'll go one by one. I will go one by one. Give me 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 minute, please. Yes, Rajan Gupta, you have any question? Yes, Rajan Gupta. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. See, our agenda is that we wanted to interact it, whether it is getting something or creating something or deleting something, anything. End of the day, it is an interaction, right? That's where we are doing it with the Power BI. That's an interaction that you're doing it. Okay. No, 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 no. That's not how the Power BI works, right? Huh, Dashboard creator. See, it depends on what you wanted to do with what tool, right? It depends on what is your requirement. My requirement is that I wanted to create an application. Right. If you wanted to create an application, you go to the virtual machine and create an application. Or I wanted to ingest the data to the Cloud SQL database. So I can go, I think I might have deleted. Yeah. Here I have an application. I just wanted to ingest the data here. Okay. So I go to the Cloud SQL. I can manage the data here. Maybe when I'm managing the data, I can directly use a console or Cloud Shell or Cloud SDK. Maybe removing some of the records or maybe transforming the data. So all of those things, it's your choice. what a tool this is doing. So don't worry about, don't think more about that. So because it depends on the requirement, it is not just on the fly we are talking about, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Huh. Yes. Always same. Of course, sir. Guys, the regular sessions which are starting from Monday will be the same thing like this. The flow will be the same, and the sessions by 10:30 I will be completing the session. After 10:30, next 10 minutes will be doubt session. Every day the flow will be the same thing, so you don't have to worry about it, sir. You are doing this thing, but in the regular sessions, no, you do not. You should not be having such kind of a doubts, because I've been teaching this one from last 2.5 years. You can understand that the level of experience on this particular course. Okay, you are in a very good hands. You can aram se trust me, and we will be able to have a very good and interactive sessions throughout the entire 3 months. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, Sandeep Reddy, you have any question? Huh. Huh. It's not PDF. Actually, this is a OneNote. So how this OneNote looks like you? This is a actually live note. Okay, I'll be sharing you the access to this one once you guys are enrolled for this one. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to download any PDF. Nothing needs to be done. You just have to access this link. So this access to the link will be provided. Once you have the access to the link, you can able to just open my notes on the web browser, right? So today we are talking about cloud basics. Yesterday we have seen GCP introduction, so you have it here. What is GCP introduction? What are the different services it offers and all of those things. Today we have seen GCP interfaces. Now you have it here already. What is GCP console? What is GCP cloud shell? What is cloud SDK? You have it here. So you don't need to access anything, which is my written notes. Most of the things are written by me, and you will also go to the walkthrough and you will be able to see whatever the things mostly I have explained here, which I have just copied and pasted here. And whenever the time comes, I will be updating some of the things here also. So it is live note, so that once I update it, it will be updated to all of you guys, whoever is having an access to the notebook. Okay, this is a note. It will have all the services, including the data sets. For example, if I go to the BigQuery, you have a data sets, you can download the data. Double click on it, you will be able to download some files also. Okay, if it is a file, right? Perfect. Yes, Sachin, you have any question? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, 1 minute, guys. Yes, Naresh, yeah, you have any question? Okay, okay. You can do that because we have not covered anything major. Okay, Naresh. Okay. See, yeah, fresh. If you attended today, you have attended today's session, right? And today is actually the first session. Yeah, today is actually the first session. You can think of like that because whatever so far we have covered is more of a general things. Today's is the actual topic which we have covered. You can also see here that if you look at go to the cloud basics, you know GCP introduction. What is GCP? I have told yesterday, and now you are in the GCP introduction. GCP interfaces, console, cloud shell. This is actually the first session. Okay. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Huh, no worries. So from Monday onwards, they are clubbed. Okay, why everything will be in a one session, so you'll be able to hear everything. Yeah, I'm really sorry guys for those people, all of you, I'm just telling you. And from Monday onwards you'll be clubbed into one Zoom session. Now that you are in a different, because we did not plan it properly, so that was a mistake from our end. But you will be clubbed to one Zoom session later, so you'll be having everything, and you'll be able to hear all the things. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Of course. Right. So that's the idea, right? So that's the main idea for the course, right? So the idea here is that, so whoever is coming from different platforms, like whether it is testing background or non-IT background or whether any background, right? You wanted to get into the GCP data engineering by getting all the good hands-on with the each and every topic with all the projects and case studies. So that's the main aim. Okay. We are covering everything. Yes. And I can just put up whatever the course content. Yes. Mm-hmm. No. Usually, if you attend my course, if he attends my course properly on a daily basis, and if you guys are completing the assignments on a daily basis, for sure you should. Yeah. On two, there are two different things, right? If they attend my course, they will be for sure able to do it, because I would say that confidently, 2.5 years back, no one is there teaching the GCP data engineering. And at that point of time, I know that the growth for the GCP data engineering, at that point of time itself, I do have more than 2 years of experience in GCP. So I started teaching in Hyderabad. Very, I see only one person was teaching GCP data engineering throughout the entire the nearby cities in Bangalore, Chennai, all. So I started majorly for the first time in Hyderabad. At that point of time, no one was teaching. Now we see many people. If you go just Hyderabad, right? So there are many people are teaching GCP data engineering. Those most of the people, if you go ahead and look at it, and they are actually my students. Some of them are my students actually. Okay, they just lent from me, and they're again teaching outside. So this is something that I've seen. So it depends on the trainer whether he is confident on the course and he is able to deliver it properly with all the good content quality, and then you are good to go. You are not only just focus, we are I'm my main motto is not only just focus on the job, you should be able to comfortably work in the company. So Naresh, I would suggest you to actually watch the first two recordings, because what happened in the first two demo sessions, I've just actually spoken more about all of these things. Okay. Yes. Sure. Sure. Hmm. That's what cracking the interviews is. Cracking the interviews is so. Huh, that's what. So, do one thing, Naresh. Do one thing. Ask him to join the session. Ask him to join this session, and for sure he'll be able to do that. Yes. Huh. Sure. And also, you ask your friend to join this course, because he will be able to do properly in the project. And you are not listening to me. Okay, that's fine. Yes. 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 For sure. Yes. And yes, Mahesh, you have any question? Mahesh LK. Yes. Mm-hmm. Huh. Correct. Correct. Of course. Of course. Of course, any third party tool, as long as you have an access, as long as the GCP supports, you will be able to do it. Yes. Yes. Yes, Nehal, you have any question? Right, right, right. Exactly. So, sir, this is my LinkedIn community group. So I suggest you to go ahead and try to join that LinkedIn community group where multiple people, even I have posted 3 job alerts today, and go ahead and check it out. 1 minute, let me go now. It's a LinkedIn. It's a LinkedIn. Yes. So around 1,000 members are already here. So let me gonna share this link, guys. Go ahead and join it. I'm sharing the link in the chat box. So here so if there is any opportunity, I'll be posting it. If there is any HR, HRs will be posting it, and right whenever there is a contacts in my HR, if they are posting it, I'll be reposting it here. Okay, go ahead and join this community channel, guys. Yes. Okay. Yes. And any other questions? Yes, Amar, you have any question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lifetime. Lifetime. You can't download it, but if you guys wanted it to be a PDF, I can share it. But PDF is fixed, but notes is always changing, so you will be having updated information. Live notes, yeah. But it will be available all the time. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, of course. Anything, anything, anything. Yes, yes. Yes. If I just tell you visualization, people get it easily. So that's the reason I have given an example. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So any other questions, guys? Anyone, please raise your hand. I see. Yes, Nagendra. You have any question? Yes, please.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, yeah, like actually, I was been into GCP, but mostly I'm working on BigQuery. Okay, the main
Okay.
purpose interest I shown is to learn the other services. Like in the
Okay.
GCP, I want to learn other services as well.
Okay.
So I just want to know from you, it's like it will go from low level to advanced levels, right? Like
Of
at least
course.
it's not just the
Basically,
basics you will teach, right? You will go into
no, no, no,
advanced
no,
levels
no,
of
no, no,
because
no, no.
data flow, data proc, I want to
No.
learn more. Like
For
observe.
sure, it is an advanced. But if you guys want, if you still have some doubt, I'll just open one of the codes so that you can understand it. Maybe I can open this use case one code, what level I am just talking about, or maybe this data proc code also. I'll try to open it and I'll show you what level of codes that we are building up here. Both I have opened here. Maybe you have asked about data flow, right? So we are creating an end-to-end pipeline with all the pipeline configuration options, importing the modules, variable section, classes. We are defining the classes, and we are validating the data also. We are aggregating the data also, and we are using the try and accept blocks also. And you see, we are also using this concept called side inputs and outputs also here. So everything is included. Okay. So Pardo
Okay.
transformations, everything is included. Similarly here also in the PySpark also, and where you are doing the cloud logging for logging all the events. We have a logger function here, schema creation, validating the data step, and for validation here we are using the PySpark data frames. And again, you can see a code for aggregated transformations, and you have a standard deviations you are writing. So multiple things joining, all of those things comes into the picture, and then try and accept the blocks, and you have everything. Okay, so you can see based on that
So
you can
you
understand. Yes,
you go from low level to
of
advanced levels,
course,
right? So
of course.
we can
Yes,
trust that, correct? So because you're
yes,
already into GCP, but we want to excel in more like other
of
services. That's
course.
the main reason.
Of course, because I started from very low. First 10, 15 days, you think that the same pace. But the once you
Okay.
guys are, good to go, then little bit pace we will increase it so that you guys can understand each and every topic. Yes. So
And
it is
one
more of an
final
advantage.
thing, after you seeing all the curriculum, I'm good. But only one thing I was like thinking because as we are already working, well, like why can't we included the Git, any repository kind of thing, like from there?
I
Why can't you use
I
Cloud
I
Build
will.
to?
I'm planning to do a video on that. See, some kind of a things, right? So one of the person was also asking in the chat box about the Terraform. So what I have done
Mhm.
is that recently, or not actually recently, whenever I get time, I just go ahead to the complementary, which are not very much important for data engineer, but for sure they should be having a basic knowledge on it. So one kind of
Hmm.
a topic is Terraform, right? Recently, what I have done, so I've just created a one of the video here, which is a 1 hour of video, which talks about what is Terraform, how do you use the Terraform for creating the resources in the Google Cloud platform, right? So that is, and I have one thing in my bucket list of which you are talking about it, which I supposed to be creating it from the last 1 month, but I it is going to be a bucket list only. But I'll for sure I will create it. Git to be covered for 1 hour, and I'm going to create a 1 hour video for Git also. I'll keep it here so that you guys can get some insight out of it for sure. Okay.
Maybe small examples, like, because I'm seeing in an organization, but
Yes.
I'm not aware of seeing that, like, doing the
Of course. Of course.
cloud build and they're deploying it directly into the like console, right? So maybe that kind of activity, if you explain that,
It's
it
there
would be good
actually.
for
It's
us.
there one video. I just have to find it out because I
Okay.
usually teach GCP DevOps also, and where I have taught this GitHub and the cloud build and all of those things. I just have to find that video and keep it here. Okay, so we have it already. Somewhere here we have a Git, right? So what is Git? And there's a video for that also. Git practice session is also there. I just find it out and keep it here for those who ever wanted it. They can use it. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Sure.
it. Okay.
Great. Thank you for that, for the input. Yes. Thanks, Satya Chandra. And and yes, anyone have any questions? I hope you guys are good to go, guys. I think I whatever the things that you needed, I have explained everything to you. And if you guys wanted to enroll for the session, please do it as soon as possible and make sure that you get all of these things. Okay. Hoping to see you on Monday sessions, guys. I'm going to wind up the session here for today, and we will see the next session on how one can able to create a free trial account in the GCP and how do we set up the projects and all of those things in the next session. Okay. Yep. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet in the next session, guys. Thank you. I hope you guys have learned something today and happy weekend. Thank you. Thank you, guys.